Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to deep dive number 4. This is part 2 of enabling AI with Microsoft Foundry, Microsoft Copilot, and Oracle MCP. We're very happy you joined us today. My name is Tammy Bednar. I'm an Oracle product manager focusing on our database cloud services and our multi-cloud as well. Also with me today are our tech experts, Leo Alvarado from Oracle. Hi, Leo.
Hi, Tammy. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining.
And Raja Lakshmi from Microsoft. Hey, Raja.
Hi, Tammy. Morning, everyone.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, I always put this up here for the moment. We want to welcome you to our webcast series. Every month we have a 30-minute of focused technical discussion on a single topic. And this is giving you great insights from Oracle product managers and Microsoft product managers and our tech teams to give you the information to help you build the solutions that you need for your business. And also, of course, we have live Q&A. So as we go through the presentation, please post your questions in Q&A and we will get those answered for you. Okay, so today I'm going to briefly go over what database cloud services we have at Oracle AI Database at Azure Services. And then Leo's going to talk to us about Oracle MCP. Then Raj is going to talk to us about the Microsoft AI ecosystem. And then finally, we'll give you some links and resources to find more information about this topic. Okay, so we're so excited about the partnership with Azure and our database services in Oracle AI Database at Azure as well. We provide flexible offerings to help you meet your business needs when it comes to database cloud services. So one of the first services we have is the Autonomous AI Database, both serverless and dedicated. It's a fully managed cloud native Oracle database service running on our Exadata platform. Complete automation gives you the lowest total cost of ownership with all that automation that we have built in. Then we have a choice of the Exadata database service. This is a co-managed database service on Exadata with cloud automation and full administrative control. So if you want a little bit more control, you have that option. We also give you two different flexible options with our Exadata database service. The dedicated, with all the hardware dedicated to you. And then we have our Exascale infrastructure, which is a shared management database cloud service, gives you a lower entry cost into the Exadata platform and the cloud if you want that performance for your workload. So check that out. We also have Base Database Service, which is a co-managed Oracle database service on standard infrastructure. Also has cloud automation, a little bit more for full administrative control if you want a little bit more control. From backup recovery, we have our autonomous recovery service, fully managed zero data loss recovery using real-time data protection and incremental forever, so efficient backups and continuous recovery validation. And then finally, our latest offering is OCI Golden Gate, fully managed replication service to enable real-time analytics while keeping data highly available. So that's really exciting, all these services. So what's new? If you joined us last month, then you know a lot of these, I'm kind of repeating those because I think they're worth repeating. As you can see, we have Oracle AI Database at Azure now supporting 200 subscriptions. Autonomous AI Database has early maintenance support. On the Exadata database service on dedicated, we have cross-region data guard. To use with your Azure Key Vault, because key management is very important because we encrypt all the data. Exadata database service on Exascale infrastructure. We're supporting configuration for auto scaling for our storage vaults, and we've added additional regions, as well as added additional regions to base database service and Golden Gate. So we're coming off the fun from last week, Microsoft Build wrap up. I think that was exciting. I know Oracle was there and everybody that participated. We had some great fun and great interaction with all of you that joined us. Here is a link for the wrap-up URL, so you can take a look at some of the sessions that maybe you missed because you were busy looking at all the other great sessions as well. Also at Build, we announced the Oracle Remote MCP server is now discoverable through Microsoft Foundry Tools catalog for DB tools. So this is really exciting. As you can see, we continue tighter integration and more flexibility for your solutions. Okay, so with that, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to turn this over to Leo, and he's going to take us through Oracle MCP Server. Okay, Leo, take it away.
All right. So thanks, Tammy. So now let's have a look at the OCI managed servers and how will they help you enable secure agentic access to your Oracle AI database. So this is one of the biggest challenges, especially on giving those AI agents secure and governed access to your enterprise data. So I'll walk through first what the server is and then show how easy it is for you to set up an MCP server with an MCP client. So the OCI managed MCP server, it's generally available, and it's the Oracle's fully managed implementation of MCP or the Model Context Protocol, delivered as part of the OCI database tools in OCI. So the important point here is that you don't need to deploy, update, scale, or maintain your own MCP servers, as OCI manages the infrastructure, lifecycle, security, and availability of the MCP endpoint. So from an end user perspective, so this allows you your AI agents and MCP compatible clients to interact with your Oracle AI database using natural language while still maintaining enterprise governance and control. And the MCP server, so this service supports two complementary approaches. So first is the trusted SQL report, so which can provide you with a governed and repeatable access to predefined queries. And this is ideal, especially for production reporting and also for controlled business workflows. Second is the natural language to SQL capabilities, so which allows uh, your agents to translate natural language requests into SQL for more open-ended exploration and analysis. And one of the biggest advantages here is security, as the authentication is handled through the OCI IAM using OAuth, and that organizations can easily federate existing identity providers such as your Microsoft Entra ID, and that the access can be controlled at a very granular level, including which users can execute specific MCP tools, and that deployment is extremely simple because the MCP servers is built directly on top of the existing database tools connections. And of course, this works across the Oracle AI database portfolio, including your Oracle AI database running on Oracle database at Azure. Okay. And one of the most exciting aspects of this announcement is that the OCI managed MCP servers are now available at the native capability within your OCI database tools. So if you're already using Oracle database at Azure, then you're already using an Oracle AI database that can participate with this architecture. So it's the same database tools framework used to manage database connectivity, and it's now extended to provide agentic access through um, MCP. So you simply can just navigate to developer services, and then you find database tools, then create an MCP server, define the tools you want agents to use, and register your MCP client. And the architecture is very simple. So on the left, so you have your business user interacting with any MCP compatible AI client, whether that's an AI assistant, agent platform, or custom application. And then the request is sent to the OCI database tools managed MCP server. So this is where authentication, authorization, and governance happen using OCI IAM and OAuth, and that the MCP server then exposes set of approved tools. So in this example, tools that can run SQL or execute trusted reports. And then those tools interact with the Oracle AI database, which could be your Oracle database at Azure, so that supports all the Oracle AI database deployments, such as It could be your Exadata database service on dedicated on Oracle database at Azure based database service, or even Exadata database on exascale infrastructure, or any supported Oracle AI database deployment. And everything starts with a database tools connection. So think of it as a secure bridge between OCI and your Oracle AI database. So it stores the connection details once, and then multiple MCP servers can reuse it. So from a security perspective, so this is important because the MCP server inherits the permission of the database user associated with that connection. So if the database user is read-only, then the AI agent is effectively read-only. And that existing database roles, grants, and security policies continue to apply automatically. And that with the connection in place, then we're ready to create the MCP server. So this is just a quick demo. So from your Oracle database at Azure, so again, you can configure MCP servers across different Oracle AI deployments. So here, let's say you want to configure one for your Exadata database service on dedicated infrastructure. So just navigate to the Oracle Exadata VM cluster. Then you'll see the OCI database URL there, so that you will be redirected to the OCI console. And then from your OCI console, so just go to developer services, go to under database tools, go to model context protocol servers, and then choose the compartment where you want to create your MCP server. You can just give it a name, description, and then select the compartment where you want to create your MCP server. Choose the domain for MCP server, and then the database connection, as I have discussed a while ago. And then this is optional, the object storage bucket. So creating the MCP server is very straightforward. So again, just to review the three components here. So first is the domain. So the domain is the OCI IAM identity domain where authentication authorizations are managed. And this is especially relevant for your Oracle database at Azure. Like you can federate your existing Microsoft Entra ID identities into your OCI IAM that allows your users to access the MCP server using the same corporate credentials and group membership. And then the second is the database connection, which we just discussed. So this is part of the database tools. So it's a database tools connection that securely connects the MCP server to your Oracle AI database. And then the third is optional. It's the object storage, which is mainly used for storing results from a long-running asynchronous operations. And then, okay, so let's continue with the creation. So as you've set those three required fields, so here it's just configuring the OAuth token lifetimes. And then for this demo, I'm using the resource principal, which allows the MCP server to authenticate to OCI using its own managed identity. Okay, so once you've configured the authentication for the runtime identity, and then you can just proceed on clicking create for the MCP server. So now, once the MCP server is created, so you'll see there a tab for toolsets. So you can configure MCP server toolsets. So you just need to create MCP toolsets, and then you'll see here the different types of MCP toolsets that you can create. Okay, so once the MCP server is created, so you can define the toolset that you want to use. So there are three main categories. So the first is the custom SQL tools. So this is where you can create your own parameterized SQL or PL SQL based operation. So this is useful when you want the agent to perform specific business functions or administrative tasks. So second is the built-in SQL tools, which support more open-ended interactions and NL to SQL scenarios by allowing the agent to generate and execute SQL. And then the third one is the customizable reporting tools, which expose curated SQL reports as governed MCP tools. So this is often the preferred option for production use cases, as you can lead your MCP to use some of your standardized SQL reports for it to use for the reporting tools. And then once you've created the MCP server, so the next is to register the MCP client. So the final step is registering the MCP client. So that will connect to the managed MCP server. So OCI supports 3 client types. So you'll see here public, confidential, and trusted. So public are typically for desktop or mobile applications. Confidentials, these are clients or web applications running on a secure server that can safely store credentials and authenticate using client credentials. So and then once registered, so OCI generates the OAuth configuration that allows your MCP client to securely authenticate and access the MCP tools that we've exposed. So once you've registered the client, so you'll see the client there under the MCP clients, and then the next step is to just simply view the client details. So once the client is registered, so OCI provides all the information needed for the MCP client to connect securely to the server. And in fact, the next part of the demo, so these are the same values that we will use to configure the MCP server connection in Azure AI Foundry so that your agent can discover and invoke the Oracle AI database tools that we've exposed. So now that we have our MCP server configured and our client credentials generated, so let's switch over to the Azure AI Foundry part, which I'll hand it over to Tammy.
All right. Thanks, Leo. Hi, everyone. So far, you've heard about the wonderful tools that you can leverage through Oracle MCP Server. So let's take a step back and look at Microsoft's ecosystem. Microsoft is the only cloud provider that provides a unified intelligence layer to ground your agents with context from various pieces. Work context from various areas. You can leverage WorkIQ to bring your work context, which is residing in Teams chat, emails, workflows, or calendars, to ground your AI agents with the work context that they need to know. Or you can also leverage Fabric IQ, which brings the context as a semantic layer from your data estate, which could be a heterogeneous data estate comprising of various sources of data. And it adds that semantic layer to your agents to bring that context on how your business operates using your business entities. Or you can also leverage Foundry IQ, which unlocks the knowledge which is residing in your policy documents, PDFs, files, or your SharePoint documentation, and brings that unified knowledge base, which helps your agents to understand how your business operates. And if you've been following the updates from Microsoft, as of last week at Build, we have announced a 4th addition to this IQ family, which is Web IQ. This Web IQ is a state-of-art technology that helps you ground your AI agents with information that is available on the web. So this is purpose-built for agents, and it brings the right optimized ranked citations and resources from the web, so your agents always have the latest information. You can use few of these IQs, or you can use all of the 4 layers together to make sure you're building powerful AI agents that not just operates on your business and work context, but also have the latest information from the web. So let's now see how all of this intelligence layer can be connected to what you already have in your workloads running using Oracle Database at Azure. So you can use any platform of your choice to build agents in Microsoft ecosystem. It can be Copilot Studio, which lets you build custom copilots quickly. This is our low-code or no-code platform. And you can also use Microsoft Foundry, which is a pro developer platform that lets you build and choose from 11,000 plus models that are available in Foundry catalog and build advanced agentic solutions. Or as a developer, you can also take full advantage of MCP servers that are made available as VS Code extensions. You also have SQL from Oracle, you have Azure MCP, and a few more from Fabric as well that you can leverage directly as VS Code extensions. And obviously, you can also use the GitHub Copilot to build your agentic solutions fastly. And together, all or some of these platforms can be leveraged to build your advanced agentic solutions. And if we go on to the next slide on top of this, let's look at how adding a semantic intelligence layer will bring more powerful agents. So there are two patterns in which you can bring Oracle data together with intelligence layers from Microsoft. Pattern A on the right is where you will leverage Oracle's MCP as your primary source of data extraction or information extraction from Oracle to build your queries to get or leverage all the tools that Leo spoke about a while ago. So you're not moving any data out of Oracle ecosystem at this point. You're leveraging Oracle MCP to extract those data insights. On the pattern A, you can add a layer of intelligence. As you see on the screen, you can bring your intelligence from other data sources you already have in Fabric using Fabric IQ. You can add a flavor of the documentation, policies, and SharePoint files using Foundry IQ. And you can also bring the context from your team's emails using Work IQ. You're free to also leverage and sign up to the Web IQ limited access at this point. Let us know in the comments below if you're interested, and we are happy to share the sign up form. So pattern A is where you are not moving all of your Oracle data, but pattern B is where if you want to house all of your data into Fabric, you can leverage OCI Golden Gate to mirror your data into Fabric, or you can also leverage Fabric's native mirroring capability to consolidate all your data estate within Fabric. And in pattern B, you can still leverage all the 4 IQ layers. The only difference between pattern A and pattern B is in terms of the usage of Oracle MCP, which is highlighted in pattern A. All right, so without further ado, let's go into the demo. For this demo, we are using the same setup that Leo has built in the first part, where I have an Exadata instance that is currently running my Oracle databases, and I have set up an MCP server. So if I go into my Azure portal, you will see this is a familiar view for most of you. You will navigate to Oracle AI database at Azure. And in my current setup, I am using Exadata database on dedicated infrastructure. If I navigate to my VM clusters, I'm picking the same instance that Leo has earlier used. And let's navigate to OCI portal just to look at how the setup looks like and how I have set up my tool clients. The first check I would want to make sure is if I have a working connection to my database. I'm using Vector 23 AI database that is available. So I navigate to developer services, and from there I go into model context protocol servers. This is the same navigation Leo explained to us earlier. So as you see, I have an existing setup, and visible demo is the MCP server that I'm using. This is connected to my Vector 23 AI database. As you see, the name calls it as Vector 23 AI. It uses a connection that is currently available. And now if you navigate to clients section, I have set up 2 clients. One is for my Foundry agent and the other one is for my Copilot Studio custom Copilot. So as you set this clients up, you will have all the required attributes that you would need, ranging from client ID secret and the different kinds of URLs you would need to register your client on Foundry and Copilot Studio. So I have 2 setups, as you see, for these clients, one for Copilot Studio, custom Copilot, and for Foundry agent. So now I navigate back to the Microsoft Foundry. I have a Foundry project already set up. And from my Foundry project, I navigate to the Foundry portal here. Once you're in the Foundry portal, you navigate to the Build section, and Tools is where you would start with. There are 2 ways of setting up your tools. If you navigate to the Tools section, you can directly do that. Click on Connect a Tool, and if you navigate to the catalog, this is a new addition. If you look for Oracle Remote MCP Server, this is directly discoverable in Foundry catalog today. This is something that we've announced at Build last week. So this makes the discoverability of Oracle MCP servers easier for developers building in Foundry. And now, as you see, you have a few attributes that you have to fill here. These are the same set of attributes that you already found on the OCI portal when you registered your client. So for the purpose of the demo, I've already set up an existing set of agents and tools using the same navigation, you're free to use the same as you kind of build your agents in Foundry. So make sure all the details that you navigate from OCI portal are put in the right way. One important thing to notice is as you register your tool in Foundry, you will have a redirect URL that is generated. Make sure it is added back into the OCI portal, so that way the communication is seamless between the Foundry and your MCP server in OCI. So if you navigate to the tool after creation, you see redirect URL as a particular attribute. You can copy that, come back to your OCI portal. And the way you can add this is by editing your tool registration, go into integrated applications, and you can edit your OAuth configuration to add this URL. So under your integrated application, you will see edit OAuth configuration. You go into that section and then you can add your redirect URLs. Yeah. Once this is done, your setup is ready. So your agent in Foundry can now seamlessly invoke your MCP server that you have set up on the OCI side. All right. So, and you can use this directly in an agent. So I've set up a Oracle Database Assistant. This is the name of the agent I've set up in Foundry. And as you see under the tools section, now I have my Oracle tool connected via MCP server ready to use. So I have some data from my sales database, and there are invoices information as well in that. So I'm giving a simple query to list all my unpaid invoices in the last 90 days. So ideally, this is expected to invoke the tool, which internally invokes Oracle MCP server and the tools available from the MCP server to generate the SQL query. So as you see, it has invoked the DB tools execute SQL tool that is available through the Oracle MCP server, and you're free to use a user that has only read-only capabilities. So that way, if you're doing an auto approve as well, so there is not much of harm you're doing at the database level or to the data estate. So it kind of constructs all these SQL for me, and it renders the result back, saying I have about 8 unpaid invoices. So this is one way of how you can build your agents using Foundry. And if you look at the traces on the Foundry, you can also see that the agent invoked the right tool, which is in our case Oracle tool, internally invoking the MCP server, and it also is using the LLM to render that response in a format that is readable. You can publish this agent directly, or you can also add more tools. We also have different IQ tools that are available as MCP servers. We have an on-demand session that is recorded. We will share those resources with you after the session. You're free to go and look at those on-demand session on how you can bring Oracle MCP and Microsoft all IQ layers together. You can publish these agents directly into Teams and M365 Copilot, as you're aware of it. And the other way that you can also build custom Copilots, as we discussed earlier, is using Copilot Studio. So in the interest of time, I will quickly go through this setup. On Copilot Studio, if you navigate to Tools, you will set up the tool to invoke the Oracle MCP server the same day, or a similar way you did in Foundry. So you go into MCP. This is a menu that you will see on the Copilot Studio. You provide all the details you have registered in Oracle OCI portal, right, ranging from client ID, authentication URL, and all of this. And you do the same. Once you create this tool, you have a redirect URL that gets generated. Make sure you bring that back into your OCI portal and edit your OAuth configuration to allow this redirect URL. So that way, the communication between your Copilot Studio custom Copilot and the Oracle MCP server is seamless. This is all maintained on the Power Platform. You can go ahead and edit this custom connection you're building between your Copilot Studio and Oracle MCP server using the Power Platform. There's one way of adding your tools, and you can directly add this tool once created successfully to an agent or custom Copilot you've built in the Copilot Studio. This is one way of adding your tool, and you can also add this tool directly from a different menu navigation. So right now, I have a DB Assistant agent that I've already pre-configured as custom Copilot in Copilot Studio. So if I go directly to the agent and click on the tools on the right side where you see, if you click on Tool section, you can also register your MCP server as a custom connector directly from here. So this is another navigation you can leverage. Instead of going via the Tools section, you can also add your Oracle MCP server as a tool directly from the agent itself. So yeah, so these are a few ways of how you can leverage Oracle MCP server. Let us know in the comments below or reach us back out on LinkedIn community to know how this is all working for you. So I'll hand it back to Tammy for the closing. All right.
Thank you so much, Raj. I really appreciate that. Great, fast talking on that one as well. Okay, so here's a summary. MCP is the connective tissue. I think you saw that between Leo and Raja. This was a great demo on how to use the applications together to build your solution. Excuse me, flexibility to choose the right platform for your requirements, and 3 layers, 1 workflow. So, and the credentials never leave the database either. So security is very important. Okay, so here are the resources for you. I will get this PowerPoint or PDF of the PowerPoint uploaded where you joined us today. So you'll be able to view the recording as well as access these great resources as well. There is Oracle Live Labs. There's also a blog on moving from data to intelligence with Oracle MCP and Microsoft IQ. I hope you take a look at that. We have a LinkedIn community. Learn how to join Microsoft Most Valuable Professionals. There's technical documentation links and also getting skilled. So I have lots of hands-on labs as well. All right, join us next month on July 7th. We're going to talk about technical deep dive number 5, integrating with Oracle E-Business Suite. So we're really excited. We're happy that you joined us today. We really appreciate it. And we hope that you listen to the recording, take a look at the resources. If you need anything, drop us an email and we'll help you with your questions. With that, we thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next month. Thank you, Raja and Leo.
Thanks, everyone.